here. Let me go 10 seconds before the pull, right? Because that's the relevant part. Skipping back, okay? What a fucking fight. Really excellently tuned for week 1. Phase 3 was shit. You couldn't approach it the way you're intended to. The dot ticks too hard, but it was a killable fight day 1. It was very, very good. Shout out to the encounter designer. I like the encounter a lot, okay? Music, I'm just going to speak through this. I hope that's okay. So, I pre-pull it too before you see there's my pre-pot, right? So I pre-pot intellect. It's not really relevant because DPS phase 1 doesn't matter, but it's still worth doing, okay? And I might precast mind control. You'll see this little circle here. This is the shamans dropping Windrush totem before the pull, right? Because the mind control mobs then move faster. You see how they have the Windrush buff, which means that we can run them off the side of the edge faster, okay? So that gets us a couple of seconds extra DPS time, which is kind of, it's not a huge thing, but it's worth. My role in phase 1 is essentially just DPS. You'll see I do it between 11 and 12k DPS this phase. The boss does a freezing blast cast. That's pointed at the nearest tank and sometimes just randomly, or at a player. You just dodge that. That went out there. The avalanches, they go on 3 players. They drop those things. They don't one-shot you. They kind of two-tap you. Narco's mom was watching you. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Narcolese's mom. If maybe you don't know his online name, Norwegian, you just bought him an apartment. Hey, pleasure to meet you. I like your son a lot. Maybe we could, whatever. We'll talk later, maybe. So, the boss does the avalanche cast. Dodge the freezing blast there. Phase 1 is mostly just about not using battle reses. There's nothing really to it. There's only a few insane moments, but the core mechanic of the fight that I'm not sure people know about is this bar here, right? So the boss just periodically gains energy, and at 50 energy you need to be in range of 3 players, right? At 75 you need to be in range of 5 players, and at 100 energy the boss restricts vision. So if there's not 3 players around me right now, which is why we're all stacked up, I'll get a 6-second debuff that if I don't get back in range of the 3 players, and now the 5 players, I'll get frozen in the ice block. Sometimes people just get frozen because they have to go play a mechanic on their own, right? And there's ways of getting around that, but I'll cover that if we actually approach the main part of the fight. So the vision's going to close in now, and the boss is going to cast the Ring of Frost. You run out, that roots everyone. You don't need the 4 master spells here. What we did here, you can just hack in the fire so you don't get debuffed, which is fine as well. But we had the priest. We figured the master spells just gave some level of consistency. Because sometimes you get awkward rings where there's no fire if you play it badly. So we just use the master spells for consistency. It's not like mana was super relevant. So you see we master spell precast it on the timer. All the roots go. There's the avalanche. The avalanches with restricted vision are kind of annoying because you see the people running like they have that debuff there, which if they're alone for a few seconds freezes them. So essentially what they have to do is, there's a few things they can do. They can gateway back into the group at the last second, which, I mean, you'll see someone flying in there, I think. They can get frozen, or what, okay. So what happened there with Just Wait, it actually said he got frozen there, frozen solid Just Wait, but you'll see that he didn't. That's because if you are in the fire when your frozen blood debuff expires, right, it doesn't freeze you. It insta-breaks the freeze. Standing in fire breaks the frozen blocks, so we would constantly tack in fire when our debuff was expiring to extend the duration we could stand alone for. That's a pretty nice. If you get the avalanche and you can go to the back, it's good to like tack and fire. We knew that. No, I'm sure individuals knew this. I'm just kind of trying to explain the fight to everyone. Phase 1 is pretty selfish. There's nothing really crazy. Oh, also, in case you didn't know, the ships are coming the whole time from either side, and we had boomkins and hunters and stuff run out and click the ships to get rid of the ships fast. If you leave them up for too long, they throw more bombardments at you. The bombardments is super easy. There's only really 2 annoying bombardments. The most annoying is the one where you get the howling winds. You see, like, these are super easy to dodge. You just run out of them. I mean, I did get hit by them a bunch, but yeah, so the only really annoying one is, oh, and we had Shadow Priest MC the ads off the side the entire time. The only super annoying one, like I said, is one that's coming in a bit. It's almost it's almost sad how hard he's trying, knowing they will wake up tomorrow and see limit 9 out of 9. You know what? I probably am going to wake up tomorrow and see limit 9 out of 9. And it doesn't bother me at all. In fact, congratulations! Right, so there's the master spell again, blah, blah, blah. The Howling Winds is coming in a second. This is the awkward one, because the ship is, you get the avalanche into Howling Winds in a few seconds, and the ship is coming, so this was the point where people are normally going to die. Like I said, so you see, a nice trinket I have, by the way. This trinket here is fucking sick. It's the one that heals someone for 70k and puts a healing absorb on you. In phase 1, it's fucking sick, because you're never really in danger, so you just use it as like a 70k heal on someone else. It's fucking crazy. I like it a lot. Let me maximize that again. There we go. Okay, so the boss phases at 60%, and you don't want to phase into the intermission with stacks. So what we do is when we get this, any more bombardments here? No, there was no this one either. Okay. Oh, yeah, one important thing. Sorry, the Grasp of Frost cast, which you see the timer for there. The boss is going to cast Grasp of Frost in a second. There we go. This puts a root on 2 players, right? And what you can do with the root is every second that it's on the player, it adds an extra stack of the Chilling Winds debuff, right? So you want to dispel it very quick, okay? Peekaboo RL. Hey, dude, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was really fun. I'm really happy we killed it. Possibly the only guild to do it. Hey, thanks a lot. Good luck with PvP and stuff. Sorry, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm completely freaked out right now. I'm so happy. Okay. So this Grasp of Frost is going to freeze 2 players. Watch how quick these dispels are, because what you can do is you can actually track the Chilling Winds debuff, and the Chilling Winds debuff is applied about 0.5 seconds before the root is. So we see who the Chilling Winds debuff is on, and then insta-dispel them. Watch. You see very, very carefully. There, Revers. See, I called it before, and I got Salt Rips very fast. So that way we guaranteed almost 1 stack, like, almost the entire time. Boss is phasing. If you're in range of the boss, like in melee range of the boss, when he phases, you gain the stack real quick. So it's best. That's why we all run away beforehand, okay? So we don't have any stacks. Important thing, why did we all go troll? Now, some people figure this out fairly quickly. There is a troll racial that most people aren't aware of called the Voodoo Shuffle, which decreases the duration of movement impairing effects by 20%. Chilling Winds is a movement impairing effect. The only times the decreased duration is relevant is this phase here. Sometimes, sometimes people would like Zalia here, if he would have actually dropped it anyway. You occasionally drop stacks here when you want one of those, but there's one point of the fight where it's super relevant. Okay, no, it's not as big as you think it is. 99% of the fight, it doesn't matter. There's 1 point specifically where that racial makes a huge impact. Well, 2 points technically, but they're very close to each other. Okay, so we transition, blah, blah, blah. We've used no battle res in phase 1. Really clean pull, okay? You'll see that I dot the boss before it flies away. The boss has an 99% damage reduction, but I'm a Disc Priest, so the damage reduction the boss has doesn't matter. So that dot on the boss means that the initial atonements I apply will do some healing while I'm running. Although I tend not to apply atonements while we're running early on because it's not mana efficient for me at all, okay? So phase comes, we drop 1 Wind Rush here, we jump off the boat to get the Wind Rush tick, there we go, and then we're on the ground. So Jaina has several spawns in this phase, which is kind of an issue, because she can spawn left, middle, right, stuff like that, and she can spawn like in 5 places, I think it is. Some spawns are definitely harder than others to deal with. I would personally say middle, where we had Mirrors call it, because he could track Jaina's position with some hunter bullshit, I think. And essentially we had 2 groups, the left group and the right group, and it could vary anywhere from we all had to go right. So we would kill literally, there's 5 images you have to kill. We'd go 1 image, 2 image, 3 image, 4 image, 5 image, then interrupt Jaina. Or we'd do like 2 on the left, 3 on the right, or 3 on the left and 2 on the right, and so on. It depends very much. I can't remember what the kill was, honestly. I want to cry. Okay, yeah, the kill was Jaina's on the right, which means that, yeah. In this case, the left group goes and kills 3, basically, and we run through the middle. We had 1 person assigned to be our leader on the right side. Shout out to the right side, by the way. Fucking best. I didn't want to BM while we were actually playing the fight, but holy shit, the left side failed so much. Dude, the right side carried so fucking hard, it's insane, dude. Like, I mean, every single pull left side, I got ice blood. Fuck me, man. Holy shit. Anyway, right side hard carried. Viklin's the fucking boy. So Viklin just guides us through. You'll notice I have a red dot on my character. This was more impactful when I was playing Gnome, but the main reason I had this is I put it there when we had 4 stacks, because there was one point of the fight where the intermission started at 4 stacks, right? We're at 4 stacks right now. Imagine this level of ticking damage there when we start the intermission, and double that at this point, and 12 when we come out, and fucking like 15 when we phase. It was crazy, and we very, very rarely got through it. And that's when we were running double Holy Priest, 5 healers and stuff, just to play that, right? Because that was fucking crazy, and definitely a little bit overtuned for what it was. Okay, so in this case, there's 2 Icebind images here. I'm pretty sure the left group kills 3. So you'll see I just help DPS them to try and get the phase done a little bit quicker. I don't really do much healing here. I kind of just let Zalia carry, because Disc Priest's ability to heal with targets that are limited in health to hit is pretty low. But I do Rapture here because I'm going to be Evangelism. I'm going to be using all my CDs when we come out the phase. So the red dot is just to keep track of my character, because I'm now looking at raid frames trying to make decisions on who to actually heal while dodging the orbs. Important to know, by the way, we didn't realize this for quite some time. The orbs actually have a completely static spawn pattern. In every single position possible, the orbs will spawn in the exact same way, right? If Jaina is in the middle, you could very literally write a bot that would run through the orbs for you, right? Once we realized that, it made it a little bit easier because then Viklan could like lead us through more consistently. So I mean, if you notice, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it's basically scripted, and that helped a lot. That helped a lot having Viklan lead us there. So at this point, right, so I've now got 6 atonements out, which is a little bit less than I would have ideally had, like 2 more atonements at this point, but it's not a huge deal. I'm going to double Radiance. This is my healing CDs for those that aren't aware of how Discipline Priest works. I'm going to double Radiance, I'm going to press Evangelism, Shadow Fiend the boss, Purge the Wicked the boss, there we go, Schism the boss, there we go, Solace, Penance, and then 1 Holy Nova up there. God, I'm so fucking sick. Okay, no, but okay, so at this point, we're just pumping HPS, right? And we've exploded the orb. When you get the broadsides, you need to move over the ordinances. We generally just did 1 each time, but we could do 2 or 3. It depends. But the point was that drops all the stacks. The stacks on Mythic fucking slap, dude. Like, I don't know, man. They are some big numbers. Like, holy shit, the stacks are very hitting hard. So we've got like between 11 and 15 on the group right now. So that needs to drop when we're about 13, and I think it will. They probably call a Korean hard swap to it. And yeah, people do Korean hard swap to it, it looks like. Essentially here, even though people are low, right? So it's important to note, when that keg explodes, damage stops. There's no ambient damage in this fight apart from the ticking damage, okay? So the raid can be at 10%, and if you get the keg and the tanks are alive, nobody will die, right? You are completely fine. So that's really important to know. So yeah, there's no ambient damage. It's just the stacks, and the keg removes the stacks, okay? So you notice there, even though I had a Radiance charge, and we had like 14 stacks at the end there, if I tack back a few seconds, there we go. So here I could have been pumping healing into the raid, but it wasn't important. Because, why the Holy Nova? Because I'm playing the Sudden Revelation as a ret trait, which makes my Holy Nova, when it procs, hit like 3k more damage and heal a little bit more. It makes it worth it. It makes the global worth it. So yeah, this is a case of like where sort of if you were padding for HPS, you would be pumping into the raid right here. You know, you'd be like da 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 da. Let me cast more Holy Nova. Let me cast more Serenities and Salves and shit. Whatever the fuck, right? It's not worth it. The raid is going to slowly tick back up in the keg. You've got 8 seconds of immunity. Then you've got the 1, 2, 3 stacks. You are completely fine. Mod Viklan, dude. Viklan's the fucking boy. He hard carried. Viklan. Okay, there we go. Holy shit, I am so fucking happy, dude. What a kill that was. Alright, so I can't even see what the fuck people are doing. I just heard a bit noise in my earphones. I don't even fucking know. I'll check it all after. You guys are insane. Thank you so much. To clarify, the actual method stream, the proper method stream, has a charity donation goal for Save the Children. I feel like I should shout that out. They raised 20k so far, which is fucking insane. Like I had no part in that. I didn't set it up. I didn't do shit for it. I haven't given shit to it, right? But it feels fucking cool that like us raiding World of Warcraft and streaming it and stuff can actually like raise 20k for charity. I think that, I don't know, it's actually really nice, yeah. And that's like fully through Save the Children, so I think it just goes directly to them. I don't know, it's really nice. So just yeah, whatever. If you're feeling generous, there you go. Okay, so there we go. So you see that I didn't heal at all because there's no point in healing. 3 broadsides going to go out now. 3 frames light red. There we go. Atone. God, I'm fucking sick. All right, I move into the Glacial Raid position because we're going to try and bait the Glacial Raid to the edge of the room. And in phase 2, I'm kind of mostly playing for DPS, right? So like I could pump more healing on this fight. Like all of us could. All of us could. Okay. Every single healer in the raid could pump more healing here. If Zalia wanted to do fucking 45k on this fight or 50k, right? He could do 45k or 50k. But it's mostly just about the DPS, yeah? So there we go. Tack. We just do damage here again. The Siege Breaker's coming. Narcoles runs to the left here, which means that we're going to dodge to the right because the Glacial Ray is baited on your position. Now, the Siege Breaker knocks you back, so if you dodge to the left here, you're going to be knocked back into the Glacial Ray. So you'll see the entire group moves to the right here. Okay, the human beings in the group move to the right here. God, I hate my guild. Okay, so anyway, the human beings move to the right, and we stay in barrier and then blah, 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 right? Again, there's not really any intense healing here at all. I gripped Narco there because you see here, Narco had, checking? Hey. Narco had, he probably would have made it, but he had 1 second left of Freezing Blood, and if that debuff expires, yeah, he probably would have made it. Someone else gripped him as well. But the grips are just kind of useful for that, so it's whatever. Double Radiance there, just hit the boss again, do some more damage. Doesn't matter. I dropped my barrier here, I should, yep, that's... this is basically the usage of our raid CDs was not to pump more healing necessarily, or to like, we didn't need healing in any phase except the very last phase, right? It was just to make sure that everything was up when we actually needed it in last phase. And we may as well, I mean, barrier is a really good global, like, any time for, like, overall mana conservation, so we just drop it, right? Like, this barrier is doing nothing, but we may as well just kind of press it, okay? So 3 more broadsides go out, I shadow man them, tack. Oh, I power shielded him, because, I don't know, maybe, yeah. Important to know, during the Howling Winds, if someone is, they still show up as in range, but you have a limited range in the Howling Winds, so if you start a cast and the cast finishes when they're not within your line of sight visibility during the Howling Winds, the cast will cancel. It won't go off. So I think that's probably why I shielded. Thanks for 20 subs. David Jones's dildo. Cool. Anyway, see the rate again. The rate again is dropping really low here. Okay, so yeah, we're all the whole rate's at 20%. Fuck me, right? But again, it doesn't matter. As soon as that barrel explodes, everyone's safe. You can't tick down at all, okay? So this is really clean so far. We have 2 reses that we haven't used. This is a really interesting part of our strat in the fight. So the avalanche is going to go on Just Wait, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so there's the avalanche on Just Wait. Gingy, you see, runs out with Just Wait, because at this point, you see there, the thing there, you need 1 person with you so you don't get the chill blood debuff. So we want to put the avalanche as far away as possible in order for the little spiky things, the little frozen things that come back to us, to dodge them, right? So we put that away. Gingy's with him as well to help him out, which is why, by the way, for those that are like, on The Sims, Survival Hunter does 400 more DPS. Why aren't your hunters playing Survival? Same. We never thought of that. But yeah, hunters have a lot of extra jobs this fight. I've heard so many spec recommendations from people that just have no clue what they're talking about. But yeah, so Gingy's out with him. They're just kind of doing that. Gingy gets a grip back, I believe. Does he? Unsure. No, he doesn't. They just run back. They just run back together. Okay. Sometimes we would gateway away from this. This time we opted to run. While we're running, I'm throwing out power word shields with Rapture up. Okay, I get a cheeky little dispel. I try and dispel him here. Right, this is a really awkward moment. We have 5 stacks, sometimes a little bit higher, and the Siege Breaker's going to hit. This is a moment where people could legitimately die, and with how we arranged the raid CDs, so they were all up last phase, this was actually a pressure point, right? It kind of looks like a pressure point. So my ramp is a little bit late here, I think. Yeah, I get the Avenge, and then I dot the boss, and I think my Schism gets cancelled. It was definitely late. It was definitely late, and I could have played that better, but luckily no one dies here. Yeah, luckily no one dies. I should have ramped like probably 1 and a bit seconds earlier. But the barrel is low. We're next to it. We're completely safe. I know that. I do a bit of damage to the barrel there just because I want it out earlier. Kenny gets frozen over there because he had the Siege Breaker, I believe. He called for a grip. Like, okay, just so you guys know, when someone gets frozen on this fight, 50% of the time, it's not their fault. Like, 50% of the time, it is not their fault that they get frozen. Twitch chat is fucking crazy, man. Whoever dies first on any pull. Vikland died first? Bench Vikland, lol. Dude, I can play Shadow better than that guy. And then the next pull, Narcles dies. Bench Narco. Well, actually, yeah, benching Narco would, yeah, we probably should bench Narco. Still, you guys are mostly wrong, is what I'm trying to say, okay? 3 more broadsides. These are super easy. There's no damage at all on the rest of the raid. So here I just kind of tack TPS. Right, this is where the timing gets really interesting, okay? Because we want to transition the boss just after the Howling Winds, okay? The reason for that is you can do damage to the boss while the wall is up, which is why we lost there and why people were like, sometimes we would fail the wall and people would be like, Josh, you didn't kill the wall, but you were hitting the boss. Have you considered hitting the wall instead? Thank you again for your unique insight, Twitch chat. Very much appreciated. But yeah, we want to transition it just after this so the range can go and hit the boss, because you can actually get a substantial amount of DPS on the boss here. I think we take it, because it phases at 30.4%, I believe, and we take it to 28 with dots and hitting it. So it's really beneficial. That's 2.5% off last phase. Not that we needed it, though. Holy shit, this pull was so clean. So clean, okay? What I do is I kind of look at this timer here, and I'm waiting, and I should have ramped up a little bit earlier. I should have applied a few atonements a little bit earlier. I'm basing it off boss health percentage. So I throw a few radius out. I don't need full coverage here. All that matters is that when I should dot the wall while I run, yeah, and then I go hit the boss. I run back. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I get the Holy Nova, that's fine, okay. So I'm doing damage. It doesn't matter what I did there. That's discussed, doesn't matter. I'm doing damage to Jaina right now while the melee DPS do damage to the wall. I refresh my dot on Jaina. I go back. I hit the wall. Our goal was to kill the wall just as the ice arrived at us. There's no point killing it early, right? It doesn't benefit you at all. And here, by the way, is what Troll is for. Just so you know. You see here when our dots drop off? Without Troll, those dots would last... Look, Narcoles and Spooky couldn't be Troll on this fight because of the classes they play. Paladin and Demon Hunter, right? So there's 2 moments where being Troll was super useful. Let me go back. Dude, navigation on Twitch structure, right? So ours drop off there. They have 4 seconds longer, which is tick, tick. 2 extra ticks. Doesn't sound like much, right? But with 9 stacks, that's a lot of extra raid damage, okay? We go kill Nanathos fast. Like, killing Nanathos fast is really, really important. Or Nathanos. I don't know how the fuck you say his name. Whatever, doesn't matter. Because, right, while we're killing him, you see Gingy has the turtle buff up there? Gingy, by the way, running off on the map, you see, all the way across there with an immunity to go interrupt Jaina immediately. See, the second she starts casting Arcane Barrage, interrupted. 0.6 seconds later, that's the boy fucking Gingy, right? Look at our stacks right now. We have none. If you're not a troll, they don't drop there. See Narcoles? Refresh. 2 stacks. Now, that doesn't sound like much. 1 stack on the entire raid? That is insane. That is fucking crazy. Like, us going troll there? Holy fuck. Right? So big. And a lot of people didn't realize why we went troll. On top of that, berserking is really, really good for burst DPS, which is what this fight is about. Now, again, I'm not healing. I'm not trying to heal. The talents I took were purely for this phase. This phase is all that mattered, okay? This is all that mattered right now, okay? Like, doing damage in this phase is the only relevant thing. I'm playing, like, relatively high DPS. Like, that's my goal. I don't care about throwing out a Shadow Covenant here and there. I care about doing as much healing and damage as possible to the boss, right? So, Orb of Frost comes. A lot of mechanics. The Heart. Oh, important. We opted not to kill Jaina's Ice Elemental, right? We opted to just completely ignore Jaina's Ice Elemental. The reason for that was it's got a lot of health. Why would we do 13 million damage to Jaina's Ice Elemental and then spawn 2 ones with 10 million health each for a total of 5 million health each, right? For a total like 23 million health when we could just do 23 million damage to Jaina and kill her. To clarify, the way I think Blizzard want you to play the phase, or the encounter designers want you to play this phase, right? There's a lot going on this phase, so I'll spend a while on it. Is you have some people soak this Orb of Frost. It gives 20 stacks total to your raid, assuming you play it perfectly, but you can end up with a little bit more. So you maybe have like 2 or 3 people go in, soak the full stacks. They're now at like 7 or 8 stacks above the rest of you. Or maybe they just move out onto their own, right? Like, there's a bunch of ways you can do it, but they maybe move out onto their own, so that you remember if you stand alone for any length of time, you get frozen. That's important. That's why we're stacked up the entire fight, because if you stand alone, right? Talk about Bloodlust Cancel. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's it. That's an important... Good job noticing that. Back there, so we Bloodlust on the wall and on Jaina, and then the Bloodlust continues till Nathanos. When Gingy interrupts, if any of us in the raid have Bloodlust buffs still up when the boss becomes active, she will Ice Block immediately. So we all cancel Bloodlust immediately after Nathanos dies. There's normally about 6 to 7 seconds remaining on it. So we all cancel Bloodlust. And I don't know if you noticed, but I think the pull before, when we phased, Jaina was Ice Blocked. That's because someone, and I won't say the name, forgot to cancel. And that happened a couple of times. There's been a couple of pulls. Like, sometimes Twitch chat was like, dude, they're 10% off. Yeah, we were 10% off with no resets, with some fucking moron not canceling Bloodlust, with, like, cleave on the entire raid. Like, we were... No, it wasn't Kana. Shut the fuck up. You guys are so stupid. Whatever. But yeah, we were, like, all those pulls, every single pull we had, we never had a good pull. Every single pull we had, some critical element of the strategy went completely wrong. You guys were like, oh, dude, they're 3% off. They're 5% off. We were never 5% off at all. We never had a single pull where we didn't fully int mechanics. And I don't mean like, oh, we could have maybe played the cleave better. I mean fully int mechanics. Like, this was the first pull we didn't fully int mechanics, right? This is the first pull where we didn't just completely throw last phase. Like, and obviously we destroyed it. Like, wouldn't using Bloodlust at 33 to 35% eliminate the variable of having to click off Bloodlust? Yes, if you would like the boss to block herself at 33% for 20 seconds. It would eliminate the variable by causing you to die. This is what I've been putting up with for the past few days, by the way, in Whispers. People from Twitch chat giving me suggestions about mechanics they don't understand. Like, Josh, this is how you handle it. Josh, this is what you do. Dude, look at what I did when I smacked my hand off the desk, by the way. I don't know if you can see that. It's really bleeding. Whew, I was happy. Okay, so mucho going on in this phase. We ignore the ice elemental. The only mechanics it has is hitting the boss, right? Hitting the tank rather, which is just tank damage, which is fine. This is actually a good thing, and I'll get to that in a second, okay? Also, for all you guys who will like, lol, skull, lol, just wait every time they died last phase, yes, them dying last phase was completely deliberate. We'll get to that as well in a second, okay? This was the tactic we used. Every single pull where the tanks died, I looked at Twitch chat after, and you guys were like, they can't do it with those tanks dying. Those tanks don't stop dying. They're gonna have a problem killing the boss. Well, the tanks dying was part of our strategy. We'll get to that again. Okay, so broadsides go out. Entire raid has 4 stacks right now. Vision's about to close in. When the vision closes in, we gain 3 stacks. Okay, soaking the frost orb gives 2 stacks the entire raid. When the frost orb ends, it gives 1 stack, and us soaking it gives 1 stack. So that's 2 stacks of the entire raid. So we have 4 stacks right now. You see, I heal the broadsides a little bit, pop a person on myself, and move out because we don't want to drop the broadsides on the raid. You see, that's the debuff there that I get if I stand alone for too long. I get blocked, right? I DPS for pretty much the first 20 seconds of this phase, and now is when I start healing. Sko dies there. The reason that we have the tanks die, okay, is this. Let me explain. Some people, for some reason, don't know this, but I don't know why. It's the mechanic of the fight. When you get ice blocked is when the ice lance spawns at you, okay? If you never get ice blocked, ice lances never spawn in the last phase. So why would we have the tanks get ice blocked to, like, you know, when because the tank stacks build up, right? The boss hitting the tank gives them stacks. So why would we wait for them to get to 20 stacks and get ice blocked and have 2 lancers spawn at us in the raid when we can just have them die? So we made macros to cancel everything. Atonement, Riptide, fucking Bruise, Fortitude, everything. The tanks press that macro, they're gone. They're just gone. So that's how we do that. That's why we do that. It's so we never get them spawning. And we went into this phase with 2 Ankh Totems and 2 Reses. Sko dies, we use 1 Res on him. Great, good start. Okay? I get the heart at this point. Now, the heart is the mechanic from the Tide Elemental, okay? And that means you have to move out the raid. Every single one of these ticks, see this bar right here? Tick, 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 tick. If it hits the raid, it does 70k damage to each person it hits, which is huge damage, by the way. It's like fucking 30 your health. And gives a stack to them, which just kills them giga. So you cannot cleave the raid. So you see I move out here, but because we're playing so well and because we're so stacked, I can stand within range of the Frosty buff, so I'm not going to get frozen, but out of range of the cleave. So that's what happens there, okay? That's Zelia's Tide right there. I int pod at this point. I had enough mana to int pod, and while we're running back and forth, okay, what happens there? Holy shit, there's a lot going on. We move here to bait the ray. We deliberately bait the glacial ray away from us, and then move back to the other end, so we don't have to deal with the glacial ray at all. 1 sec. Someone is asking for me on TeamSpeak. Hello? Hello? Do you want me to unmute you on stream? Okay. There we go. Hello?
Hey. I'm not gonna repeat what I just said like it was the first thing I said it was.
Yeah.
Oh, was that your plan? Yeah?
Are you happy? No. Are you happy? I'm happy.
Dude, I'm so fucking.
I'm so fucking happy.
Dude, you were muted? I think I just heard yeah. Apparently, like someone here like knows some limit guys, yeah.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Phil. And
I have a nice cup of pasta.
Okay, one sec.
I want to hear.
Their limit right now, like they hear we killed it, they're wiping on Opulence Mythic, like just wiping over and over again. They're like hard stuck, and apparently they're all sitting in Discord, all muted, no one's saying anything, yeah. Like just wiping on Opulence. Like how good does that make you feel? How good does that make you feel?
I feel so good right now.
Like,
Imagine shit talking for 2 months when you've never achieved anything ever in this game. Ever, not a single thing.
We're so bad winners. It's insane.
Imagine wiping on, like just the feeling of them. Like you imagine seeing the Discord panel, just all muted mics, and they're just wiping, and no one's saying anything, and they're just wiping on Opulence, and you just know they're full tilt.
What do you think about this, Chris?
What? Sorry.
First to Gahoon, first to the Mage, still world second. Imagine the rage.
I love it.
Holy shit, dude.
I'll put it in chat.
I really
I
hope
actu-
we
I
never
feel so
lose
good,
a vote
yeah.
first, because I am not going to take it well. But to be fair, with the competition that's out there right now, it just doesn't seem likely, does it?
Yeah.
Fuck
Well,
me.
one reset later, holy fuck.
Literally a reset
Oh,
ahead
look
of
at
them,
the
yeah?
chat!
We're
Look at
literally
the
a
chat!
reset ahead of them.
Look at your chat!
A whole reset.
Phil
I've-
started the copy paste,
When was the last? It was KJ. KJ was the last boss we killed a reset ahead of anyone else, right?
Yeah, yeah.
KJ. To be fair, some of you can still take it. Actually, holy shit, I'm gonna go help pieces.
Imagine-
I'm gonna go
imagine
help
they get
pieces.
all
I'm gonna go help pieces. I don't give a fuck. I'm helping pieces. They're getting world
Imagine,
second. Yep.
imagine if Limit
No,
rolls
I
out.
want pieces to get world second. They get 1 second.
Please.
I'm going on pieces TS. I don't give a
Go.
fuck.
Disconnected. User entered your channel.
John.
Hey, John. Hey, Josh.
Okay, you're Danish, John. How are you guys doing? Do you want help on the boss? I want you guys to get world second more than I've wanted anything else in my life.
Oh, yeah, jump down, though.
Really? Can I come in?
Yeah, sure.
They're not. I'm streaming, just so they're not gonna say any
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
words.
No, of
It's okay.
course not.
Channel
Act like an
switched.
ass.
User
Hello.
joined your channel.
Hello?
Would you guys like any help? I really want you guys to get world second. Weak core is anything. I don't give a fuck. I'll leak everything. Tactic all. How are you guys doing?
Yes.
I think you need to
Nobody-
learn.
nobody
You
say
need to
the
teach
N-word.
Lamal how to
Don't
do
fucking
some
say the
HPS, you know.
N-word.
Did somebody say the N-word?
No,
Don't
don't joke
fucking
about that.
do
Come
it.
on, boys.
Yeah.
No, but how are you guys doing on the boss?
I mean, you know it already.
What, 8%?
Yeah, with 7%, like,
with
You saw the
with
screenshot
tactical
yesterday,
aim.
right? It leaked. Yeah.
Okay. We'll just kill it all.
Yeah.
All right, good luck. You don't need anything. There's nothing else. You figured it all. All right, good.
Oh, can you give me your cost sequence macro? So I can just play phase 2
Would
like
do you want to know how I play phase 3?
Yeah, like right.
priest.
You're at 8%.
Yeah, you saw the screenshot, right? It leaked.
Yeah, well, I
People
don't. I
sent
think.
it to me
Okay,
as
I'm
well.
not sure if that was real or not.
I mean, it was real.
Okay. Well, good luck. All right. Anyway. Okay.
Would I lie to you?
You want to break or
Josh?
something?
No,
We're
we're just
chilling, man.
Wait, you're not
Ah,
even
like-
raiding?
You think we're
Oh.
tryhards there? Or?
What the fuck?
Are you guys just in evening raiding?
You're
Yeah.
sitting there playing $60 a day, man. We're a casual guild. What are you on about?
Please get world second, please. I want nothing more in my life
Like
right now.
we've played from 19 yesterday. Well, we are just about to start, but then you started talking about your strat, so yeah, we turned in the stream instead.
Oh, you want me to finish explaining?
Sure, go
Okay,
ahead.
sure,
dude.
no
Like, it
problem.
was
Disconnected. Connected.
All right, they want to hear the rest of the explanation, so I guess I'll help you guys as well with that. Okay. I fucking love pieces. I really want them to get world second now. Holy fuck. In fact, how are my boys and Exorcists doing? How close are Exorcists right now? Maybe they can get world third. I don't give a fuck. At this stage, Wildcard Gaming even. Do they want the weak auras? Who? I'm pretty sure Wildcard Gaming have already re-cleared past Opulence though. Woo! All right. I'm having so much fun right now. Oh, you can't even imagine how much fun I'm having. Okay, so Inpot is still up. I'm still Shadowmanning. There is one more mechanic in this phase. One more mechanic to deal with. If we play this mechanic, the boss is dead. Siegebreaker Blast on Ilyayo. When you get the Siegebreaker Blast, we want you to die. If the Siegebreaker Blast target dies, it does no damage to the raid. So we have them sacrifice. However, somehow, when we want DPS to die, they seem unable to do so. When we don't want them to die, they seem very able to die, but when we need them to die, they seem unable to die. Ask the DPS about why that is, I have no idea. So instead of them killing themselves like we wanted, we had to make this retarded thing where they fly away with a gateway, and you'll see Yayo go do that in a second. Off he goes. Oh, he just runs away. And I don't believe he does die because he has cheat death, yep. So we still take the damage, right? Which we don't want to take. You can completely skip that big damage hit there. You can completely skip. We didn't even need to take that. Our healers are so fucking sick, it doesn't even matter. Literally, hit me harder. Give me 2 Siege Breakers last phase. I don't even give a fuck. Make the stacks tick double damage, Blizzard. Next week, I don't give a fuck. I can do it. 100k HPS, let's go. I don't give a shit. All right, anyway. So this is my ramp right here. Here's my second Radiance right now, okay? Boom. Atonements on 15 people, which is basically most of the raid, because Just Wait doesn't have one, Ilyayo doesn't have one, so I'm basically 15 out of the majority. I'm covering the majority of the raid right now. Not enough mana, I pop Shadow Fiend, which also pops Berserking, right? And then I just DPS in the boss. I have 2 Purge the Wickeds up, right? And I'm just hitting the boss as hard as I can. And with 13 stacks, our health frames are going up. I barrier right there because the Spirit Links and stuff dropped, so we have barrier to carry the last bit through. During the Siege Breaker, I used my Trinket on someone. I probably fucked up. I should have used it on Salt Rips, to be fair. And I didn't use Pain Suppression there, to be fair. That was definitely a misplay. But regardless, boss is at 6%. Entire raid's alive. Oh, important to know. Sorry, the second Heart of Frost, by the way, We just complete the Oberfrost, right? This one right here, I went back a bit, this one right here, boss is at 9%. We completely ignore this. If the tanks are in it, they can stand in it, whatever. It takes 20 seconds to explode. When the Oberfrost explodes, it blocks your entire raid, okay? It'll apply, if you don't soak it, it'll apply that number of stacks to your whole raid, okay? So we just completely ignore it, because we have 20 seconds. 20 seconds? 3% damage? Fucking joke, man. Do you know who the fuck Josh Priest is? Schism into the boss, Solace, damage, tack, tack. Barriers down, they run out. I use my trinket on Spooky, keep him alive. Holy Nova probably in a few seconds. Why not? There we go, there it is. Just continue doing DPS. Sko dies, we res him. This is the cleanest pull of all time. We, honestly, straight up, we could have taken the boss to 0%. We could have taken it all the way to 0%. And yes, you're right, Slammy came out again. I was so fucking happy, dude. I was so happy. I still am so happy. I'm so happy, dude.
User joined your channel.
Hello?
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, we're in the fuck channel. We should go a different channel.
User left your channel. User joined
Hello?
your channel.
Hello?
Hey.
Did pieces have a 7% wipe?
I don't know. They're saying that they leaked the screenshot, but I think it's they're always very coy with me. They're never actually like, I don't know why, because I legitimately want to help them. Like the thing is, they treat me like I'm the enemy, but I really want to help them. Like, I don't know why they're so coy with me. Like if they communicate, I would leak to them. I don't give a fuck at this stage. Like,
Well, I thought you wanted world second as well.
yeah, pieces can take it. I don't give a shit. But they're always like, yeah, you know, I don't even have access to their logs or anything. Like, they remove me from
Also, I was asked or tasked by someone to
Mhm.
say that Fat Shark Yes is further ahead than Exorcist.
that. Really?
Yeah.
I'm curious how the top 5 looks this tier.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, yeah.
Do you want to know the funniest thing?
My guess is it was us, Limit.
Do you
Then
want to
I
know the
think-
funniest thing?
Yeah, tell me.
Limit's only chance of winning this reset was to extend, and they didn't extend. They fucked up last time by extending. They
Okay.
fucked up this time by not
Okay.
extending because they can't kill Opulence.
Okay. Wait, wait, I'm getting more information. Wait. 023, the Swedish guild,
Yep.
is apparently around 25%.
That's 20. That's fucking. It doesn't matter. But whatever.
Well, I mean, if people are playing the wrong tactic, who knows what can happen?
Nah, I mean, it's been obvious what we were doing since day one. It's like been completely obvious. Man, I'm so fucking happy. Dude, this has been absolutely unreal. I love Stream in
Holy
Progress so much. Stream